disappointing performance, outcome, really all three phases. You know, you got beat, and they did a good job in their execution of their game plan. They had did a good job, creating explosive plays. We lacked them offensively. Gave up too many TFLs. Third downs once again were a challenge for us. We had opportunities. I thought there were moments. There were times where we had space, but you would not be able to finish plays. Defensively, you gave up, like I said, gave up the explosive play. I thought the quarterback, their quarterback, did a really nice job of extending plays. We knew coming into the game that he was a talented runner, and he still had his times where he hurt us with his legs, and then obviously they were able to hit some big plays in the passing game. Obviously on punt, it's probably the worst performance we've had. A few things schematically that allowed pressure, and a few things just individually. We got to be better, and we got beaten one-on-one situations. It's been a unit that's been a strength for us, but tonight was definitely not good enough. And obviously it hurt in all three, like I said, in all three phases. But really disappointing outcome, and obviously for our football team, we all expect better, and we all understand that that's no way acceptable for what it needs to be, and what it has been, even in the very recent past. And so we've got to get better. We got to continue to work. A lot of young players got a chance to play tonight. A lot of guys that have been kind of forced into the lineup. We've had multiple guys that have been down with injuries, so getting really into our depth, and it's had a few more guys that went down tonight, and that adds to the challenges. But it does open door of opportunities for others to be able to come in and to be able to try to show kind of where they are, and try to spark continued opportunities moving forward as we have a couple games left in the season.
First question will be Ira on your right.
The way these last three games have gone, what kind of things can you tell the guys to keep them motivated? What do you focus on when so many things are going wrong?
Focus on just the work and improvement. I mean, it's not, the result's not what anybody wants, but we're all a part of the result. Every one of us are, and coaches, players, those are our results. And if that's, you get the choice of where you want to go from it. If you pull back and you stop, then you're going to stay exactly where you are. If you're willing to push forward, if you're willing to take a terrible result and work to make a correction, work to push to try to be better, then the open door of opportunity is there for you, and you gotta make the most of that. And there's been plenty of times in life where you don't get a result that you want, that you expect. But you are where you are, and the choices that you make for what you're willing to invest in, what you're willing to do, and who you're willing to do it with, will allow you an opportunity to get out of that situation. And we're in a bad place with the results that we've seen, but we still have an opportunity with a lot of young players and even older guys. I mean, guys are playing in their last game. I want to see them lay everything that they are in their last games. I want to see them lay everything on the line to go be the best that they can be, to go get better, to put ourselves in position to have a better result, with the opportunities that we have.
Sure.
I know we've talked about quarterbacks, and they've talked about kind of being on board with the 2 QB system and going back and forth, but I think tonight was kind of maybe the most switches between them. I guess how do you talk to them to not let kind of when the switching that frequently affect their confidence and affect results as they're going out in and off the field?
Well, I mean, ultimately you get opportunities to go out there and to work and perform and to try to execute the tasks that you have and that's at hand. Sure, as you go through it, as success, and we've had those guys that have provided sparks and provided positive drives, and obviously they continue on through for the next drives, and we were looking for that tonight, and there were some good individual plays, but ultimately just not the consistency that we need from either of them. Of what I believe that they'll be capable of, and that's a really good defense that we're going against, and I'm not going to sit there and some of the challenges those young quarterbacks have faced. I mean, they're real, and at the end of the day, all I care about, and I asked this question last week, when I'm evaluating them, I'm watching what they can actually control, how they're operating and executing that, and it doesn't mean, there could be times they do everything right and it not be a positive play, but if there's times where it's whether their feet, their eyes, the reads, the operation, if that can be better, then that's my expectation for them to go do that. And I think there's been some really good moments for them as young quarterbacks, but obviously tonight was not good for either of them, and definitely things that they're going to have to learn from and continue to work to improve.
For both the young quarterbacks, feeling a lot of pressure, a lot of sacks the last few weeks, do you worry at all about either of the young guys picking up bad habits or thinking about long-term development?
No, I mean, and some of it is, you take the week of work, you take the things that you're being asked to do, and there was times that there were opportunities to be able to get the ball out, and then there were times that there was not much of an opportunity to get the ball out due to a pressure or obviously a lack of separation or whatever that might be that forced you to hold the ball. But at the end of the day, I mean, these guys, they have been thrust into the lineup here early in their career, and it's been a challenging year to say the least. For really all positions offensively, and so it all kind of has to work together. And for these guys, they need to keep their focus on the things that they can do, the areas that they can grow. Confidence is developed through work, and they're working extremely hard to prepare themselves for these games. They're working extremely hard to try to go out there and put us in the best position when they do get those moments. And I know that they're gonna continue to grow through these experiences.
I'm going to Aslan in the back.
Coach, I know you try to sometimes steal an extra possession towards the end of the first half. Can you kind of walk us through the use of those 2 timeouts and then the extra man on the field play?
Yeah, obviously it was, we were trying to get, knowing we're getting the ball back in the second half to start, we were trying to give ourselves an opportunity to see if we could potentially get an extra drive. That was for the first timeout, obviously their conversion and being able to keep the drive going, and then they had the 4th down. They sent their field goal unit on, called a timeout. We tried to set up, possible block, in that situation. And then, as they subbed and they brought their offense back on the field, and we had one of the unique personnel, guys. We actually had two offensive players on the field, as a potential long field goals, the possibility of a return. When they ran the defense out, we didn't get the proper communication to get those guys off, or to get both of the guys off, and so obviously disappointing that result showed, and they still converted on the 4th and 10 in that moment, which allowed the drive to continue, which then they scored the touchdown on the next play. So obviously an awful outcome for what was trying to be a calculated opportunity to get another possession, to see if we could, whether it's a field goal, there with 11-point game going into half, knowing we're about to get the ball. So it's one of those things that you try to think in your mind, what's the best position we could try to put our guys in. And I know we haven't done well offensively. I know we haven't been a good offense, but you have to be able to think of the opportunity of what it could be for a drive, for a series. We've had our moments, and obviously that did not work out the way that anybody wanted, and I was ready to be better.
All right.
Seems like these last few games, the score hasn't been lopsided for a while. Like it'll be like 10-point game maybe into the second half, and then things just start to snowball towards the end. Can you sense that as it's happening, and do you, any rhyme or reason for what kind of happens in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, there's been, I guess, a variety of things, obviously, turn the ball over, you, in some of those situations where you're trying to be aggressive as the time gets, less, you're trying to be aggressive to be able to, have a fast score, or to be able, and so, it does stack upon itself if you don't have that success. They get the ball back quicker. Obviously, when they had the special teams, the punt block, they had a couple different things. We had the pick six, things where it did kind of snowball there, there at the end, and it's not something that you just say, our guys in whatever moment. I mean, I'm watching them, I'm watching the effort, I'm watching those guys. They're trying to go make a play, and ultimately, we're just not able to finish in those moments, and it's gotten away from us there at the end.
Brendan?
With the pressures they were having on punt, you mentioned some of the opening statement, but can you kind of go into what was happening schematically, what they were doing, what you guys were able to do?
Yeah, I mean, they overload us on one where we've got to be able to have a cleaner check to it, to their overload. The first block was, I mean, we had it schematically, clean, and then the last one, obviously they had an extra guy off the edge that we got to be able to get out, and they brought the third player. We didn't get the check that would be necessary, for that look. It's not the first time we've ever had that look against us, but things that we can be better. And it's been one of the strengths to our football team. We knew this team was an aggressive, punt pressure, punt return group, but they did a good job in what they were doing, and obviously we've got to be better in our protection.
Go back to Aslan.
Coach, you got an extra week here with the bye week, and as you think about the changes you want to kind of implement, for you, do you think about the feeling that you have right now in these moments after the game, or do you kind of reflect on the day after you have time to kind of relax and think about it? But what is more kind of, I guess, in the front of your mind when you think about what you want to do?
I mean, every moment I'm thinking about where we need to get better, what we need to do, what we need to improve upon. It's through the course of the game. I want to see improvement through the course of the game. After the game, you think about the results, and obviously in the way that the season has gone, and the result of what I'm feeling right now. I mean, it's immediate that I have the same emotion, I have the same reaction. I mean, pour everything into you had one opportunity. But I care about these players and making sure they're meeting them at their need for growth. And it's hard. It's hard on them. It's hard on our fan base. It's hard on program, administration, everybody. I'm not we are putting everything that we have into going and to have a positive result, outcome, and I want these players to experience what I want it for our football program. And so every moment I'm thinking about that. I've been thinking about it for the last 5 years that I've been here, and that's not going to change. And we have not been anywhere near the expectation that we have of what we thought would be coming in, and then some of the circumstances that have showed up have made it even that much more challenging for us. But I mean, I think about it all the time in everything that I'm doing.
Kurt?
Offensively, the opening drive, probably your best one since maybe the Georgia Tech one. I know those are normally scripted. I guess what were the offense able to have success on that opening drive that maybe didn't translate to the rest of the game?
Well, I mean, I thought we were able to hit and connect on some good runs. I thought our guys, did a nice job of being able to, you got the ball to the perimeter a few times. You were able to have a couple of explosive plays. We had the fourth down conversion, which was good. And then, but just unfortunately we weren't able to finish down in the red zone. But, I mean, I I think that there's definitely flashes that you see of time and capability, and you have a scripted, set, but I mean, even in that script, there's still things at times where you go off of it, and then just trying to see what you see early and to be able to roll through it. But even throughout the course of the game, the next series, the next drives, there's still opportunities, and there's times that you see the space, you see the chance for plays to be made where maybe it's technique, fundamental communication, things that we can all do better, and you've got to give credit to them. I mean, they did a nice job, and they got good players, and especially defensively, they've been pretty good throughout the course of the season, and so it takes us to be able to perform at a high level consistently. They don't give up big plays. I think they've given up four on the season of 30 yards or more. So whenever you gotta sustain those long drives and execute with that, that was a challenge for us throughout the night.
Ira?
Have you already given thought to what you're going to do this week in terms of it's a third bye week, and just after all this team's been through, like how you're going to handle them these next few days?
Yeah.
Can you share it with us?
We'll get back tomorrow. We'll meet tomorrow. Obviously, we're not going to get back till probably 3 or 4 in the morning. So guys will lift, try to get work in there. But we'll watch the video. We'll make corrections. Meet with different groups within the team positionally and as a big picture approach. And then Monday will be their off day, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we will get kind of modified practices. Our guys are beat up. I mean, it's just physically, and we've got a lot of guys we had guys tonight that really didn't even practice this week. Just trying to do everything they could to be able to get on the field. I'm grateful for them on that, and some of them need to be able to try to get their bodies and back in the best place that we can be for these next couple of games, and then we will have developmental practices for some of the young guys, just continuing to help them grow, give them as many different opportunities to work their communication, work their technique, fundamentals, and obviously there's gonna be a lot of individual meetings and just making sure that as we connect with our guys, it's the inspiration for them of what the work needs to be, and what's going to be continued to be required, and then we got to go out there and that's what I just told them in the locker room. The only thing I know is work, and it's we're not sitting in a place where the results have been anything that we want, but you can't stay in where you are. You've got to be willing to take ownership. You've got to be willing to take the positive steps towards your own growth individually, and then big picture collectively as a team, and whatever your feelings are. I mean, players, coaches, everybody involved. You got to make the choice to go to work and get better. And if you get caught up, just with that work being dictated because of your feelings, right? You'll never become what you can. And everybody can talk about what they desire. I know what I desire for this program, and we're going to continue to push. And whether it's the freshman that hasn't played yet this year, or it's a fifth-year senior, we're going to go out there with a expectation for growth and improvement.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.